Good morning and welcome to Morning in the Mountains. I'm Brad Lovett, and let's take a look at the roadways around the area, especially in Sevier County. We do have some construction closures, and most of those are during the daytime. That includes State Route 71 between 411 and Macon Lane, and be alert for lane closures between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Also, Sevier County US 321, that's the East Parkway near Oakwood Drive in Gatlinburg. Be alert for some lane closures there because of that slide repair project. And 416 near Webb Creek Road still reducing to one lane because they're working on that road as well. On I-40, we'll have just the usual spots and slowdowns, and also right around 407 as we're heading into the Great Smoky Mountains. It's always a great week to be here. And I'm Brad Lovett. Let's take a look and see what Kira and Savannah are up to today.
Good morning, it's Kira with Morning in the Mountains, and today we are at the Museum of Salt and Pepper Shakers in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I'm here with Andrea, who's going to tell us a little bit about how you can connect with them and how you can come here and everything.
Yes, absolutely. So we have a wonderful website. It's the Salt and Pepper Shaker Museum. It's a mouthful, but there's a lot of information there, especially about the history of salt and pepper shakers and the history of salt and pepper, as well as answering the most asked question ever, which is which one is the salt and which one is the pepper. Oh. Then we also have, we're on Facebook and Instagram. And one of the things I like to do is when there is a neat holiday, like today is Internet Day, I like to take a picture of a salt and pepper shaker that has something to do with that and then post it. And it's just like a fun way to incorporate the salt and pepper shakers with a quirky holiday.
Oh yeah, and then so you have to answer the question now. How do you tell the difference between the salt and the pepper shaker?
So it's an easy way to remember is just think that salt is not good for you.
Oh, okay.
And
Good
so
enough.
the least amount of holes is for the salt and the most amount of holes is for the pepper. And we have people calling us and emailing us from around the country saying, "Oh, I'm having, this argument with my spouse. I'm having a bet with a friend." And so we have to unfortunately let them know, yes, it's the one with the least amount of holes is the salt and the one with the most amount of holes is for the pepper. However, everything has a however. In Europe, it's the other way around. So it just depends where you live.
Yeah, just on location.
That's right, it's all location.
Well, now you know, now I know, now we know. Oh, you already knew. Well, thank you so much, Andrea, here at the Museum of Salt and Pepper Shakers in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Make sure to come check them out. Now back to you guys.
Whether you've had an automobile accident or someone in your family has been affected by another person's negligence, your case deserves to be heard. Marcos Garza will fight for your rights. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Hi, Frank Murphy here with Jim Johnson, Kira Cup, and Brad Lovett. Are there any songs about the 5th of December? I was thinking, I guess I'm thinking of the September has songs.
12 Days of Christmas.
Well, those
The
are after.
5.
That would the 5th day of Christmas would be December 30th, right?
30th.
Oh, I didn't know that's how that worked.
Yeah, Christmas Day is number one, and then it counts out to January 6th. 12 days going that way. Most people, you want to win a bet? Remember I told you the other day you could win a bet if you bet somebody that the song Happy Holiday was Happy Holiday and not days. Here's another way to win a bet. The 12 days of Christmas begin on Christmas Day and continue until the Feast of Three Kings or the Epiphany or whatever you want to call it, some Armenian Christmas, Orthodox Christmas. The 12 days later, January 6th, that's the 12th day of Christmas.
Very interesting.
Right. Christmas doesn't start until the Christmas. Everything prior to Christmas is Advent. So technically, we're not in the Christmas season at all. We're in the Advent season. Christmas season starts December 25th, and technically, if you want to get really technical, goes till February 2nd, 40 days later. 40 days after Christmas is Candlemas, which is February 2, and has been co-opted as Groundhog Day, not by coincidence, on purpose.
It's because of the 40 days.
Or you could be like
40 is very significant.
Yes!
I say, it's very
So
significant.
there you have it. How about that?
you could be like my grandmother and just leave up your rotating Christmas tree all year long.
That's
That's
right.
what she does.
Does she change out the decorations for 4th of July? And
No, she just puts a
Arbor
plastic
Day.
bag on top of it until she's ready to take it off.
I love it.
oh, plastic on the furniture to keep it nice and clean.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Hey, let's talk to Brad.
I'm just going to hang out here while you're all talking. Talk amongst yourselves.
What do you got?
Well, it is Gatlinburg Parade Eve, for one thing.
Oh, Gatlinburg Parade Eve.
Yes,
Yes.
and it's going to be the Gatlinburg 44th Annual Fantasy of Lights Parade with a very special guest, and that will be Little Dolly.
Little Dolly, meaning the actress who played
The
Little
actress
Dolly.
who played Dolly Parton, the young Dolly Parton in a couple of movies. Alvia Allen Lynn played young Dolly in Coat of Many Colors, and Dolly Parton's Christmas of Many Colors, Circle of Love. Now, by the way, you can see those movies again.
You can go buy the DVD or probably
you can do that
download
too.
them, but you want to wait and watch it on regular TV.
And that's going to be on NBC, wherever NBC is in your area. Right after Christmas, Code of Many Colors airs at 8 p.m. Eastern on December 26th, 7 Central. And Christmas of Many Colors, Circle of Love will air on December 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern as well.
You did that. This whole bit was just so you could say 7 Central, wasn't it?
Yes.
That's what you wanted to do.
Some of our
I mean,
friends
I
over
get
in
it.
Crossville and Nashville, you know. I mean,
Sure, I totally get it. He just wanted to go 7 Central. But yeah, if you want to watch it on a regular old over-the-air broadcast TV on your antenna like I use, I've got my antenna and I got my Roku. That's what I got.
You still have an antenna?
No, I bought a new antenna because I got rid of my cable. So because I got Roku,
Oh.
I got Roku and I got over-the-air. So I got these 2 boxes so I can watch streaming TV like Mountain Fun Life
Okay.
and Netflix and things like that. And then I got a regular old box so I can watch, PBS for whatever reason I might choose to watch that. Or NBC.
I
for
only
whatever-
watch PBS. Yeah.
for what I do. Well, mostly I watch PBS, but I don't watch. When do I have time? People say, "How do you have time to do anything?" I say, "Well, I just go do it." All the other things normal people do, I leave those out.
I see.
Laundry, never. Just buy new clothes.
I've also thought when
college.
Who has time? I've just started dry cleaning my underwear because that's all I got. It's faster. That's
I
a
see.
joke.
Now tomorrow, Fantasy of Lights Parade, and you'll see us in the Hummer, and you'll see Kira.
Yes.
Are you driving the Friday night parade?
Oh, no, I can't drive that thing. I drove it once.
Are you going to be in that parade?
I will be.
But it's early. It's not. This is not the midnight one. This is over early enough.
It's in the evenings, like 7:30. So
Okay, because the next morning you got to turn right around and be at the Sevierville parade, so you got to
Right.
make sure you get enough time to.
I've got a really cute little outfit I'm going to wear.
Yes,
I'm going to wave.
there you go.
We
Have you
can't
been
hand out
practicing?
candy, though, so I'm sorry.
No, that's normal for that parade.
Yeah.
Jim knows how to wave.
Oh yeah, professional waver.
I like to curve my hand a little bit.
You've got some skill.
I do.
You
I
do.
practice it a lot because I'm a princess.
That's right. I've never practiced that because I'm not a princess.
But you can be Prince Charming. the Prince Charming has to wave.
I could ride on a white horse.
In all honesty, after Princess Diaries, whenever I saw Anne Hathaway doing that, I had to do that after that happened.
I have seen that movie though, by the way. My daughters loved that movie growing up.
It's a good movie.
We should totally dress these two up as Prince Charming and the princess for something. That would be funny.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Or he could be a
Brad,
frog.
you and I are. What doesn't belong in this picture? It's.
I don't know.
I think it's. Have good to know you, brother.
that's a pink slip you said, my pink
Yeah,
slip?
oh yeah.
Okay. There
Yeah,
we
if
go.
they say, that's why we can't. We have to make sure you and I never sit next to each other because they'll just crop us out. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel, and we've got our Mountain Fun Life best deals. Where's the Mountain Fun Life Best Deals? Here they go.
Best deals.
There they are. And you can call that number, 865-978-1152, and we'll save you money on tickets to great attractions and shows. We'll be back with more of Morning in the Mountains coming right up.
Good morning, it's Kira with Morning in the Mountains, and today I'm here with Stephanie Milani with AAA Tennessee, and we're going to be talking about holiday travels. Now, Stephanie, what can you tell us about your forecast for the traveling, like how busy roads are going to be and stuff like that for the holidays?
Yeah, so looking at other holidays for this year, travel is going to be extremely busy. We anticipate that we will see record numbers of travelers just like we did for Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
So if you're traveling, there's going to be a lot of company out on the roads with you, whether you're driving to your destination or you're flying for those year-end holidays.
So you cover flying, you cover like boat travel as well?
We can talk about boat travel. So we divide it into car travel, air travel, and then other.
Okay.
So that would be people who take a boat, perhaps a ferry or a bus to their destination. It's a very small piece of the pie because when we're talking about travelers, we're talking about people who are traveling 50 miles or more away from home. So you might go to a destination and do something while you're there, but the majority of people are going to either fly or drive to their destinations.
Okay. So do you think there's going to be a lot of people coming into Tennessee or a lot of people going out of Tennessee?
Probably both. So a
Okay.
lot of people, especially with millennials now, they want to have experiences,
Right.
even if it is during the holidays. So a lot of families are taking vacations. They're going to destinations rather than just going to grandma's house for the holidays. So we're seeing a lot of places that have, amusement parks, that have recreation activities, possibly even here in the Smokies. People are going to be coming in to Tennessee to take advantage of kind of a family holiday / vacation.
Yes, it's just after Thanksgiving and there's all kinds of traffic outside right now. I had the hardest time pulling in today. And now, do you think whenever people go fly and things like that, will they have to use real ID? Will that be a factor yet, or how does that work?
Yeah, so definitely a year from now. So when you are making your Thanksgiving or year-end travel plans for next year, you're going to want to make sure that you have that real ID.
Okay.
Now, the real ID you mentioned before is that little star on your
Yes.
driver's license. Now, you're ahead of the game.
Yes,
You
I have
mentioned-
it.
Yes, I do not yet. I'm still trying to find the paperwork. So you are going to need to have your real ID or a passport to fly after October 1st or on October 1st, 2020.
Okay.
So if you just Google Real ID Tennessee, the state actually has a wonderful website with documents that you'll need. You can go on there and find exactly the documents that you need. And if you don't have them, like me, I can't find my birth certificate, you still have time to go and get that at the county clerk's office and get those papers together and then go to the state office, present that paperwork, apply for your real ID, and then once they kind of look at all of your supporting documents, you can get that real ID. So it is a bit of a process. So if you plan on flying next year or entering a government facility, you will need to get that real ID hopefully sooner rather than later, so you're not, crunched for time.
That's good for all those people too whose IDs are super old and they look nothing like what they do in their picture.
Absolutely, yes. You can get your picture made while you're there, kind of update it, make sure your hair looks good and everything.
Yeah, I was so upset whenever I got mine because we were going to fly this year and we didn't know that the real ID wasn't taking effect until next year. So I was hurrying to get my picture done, and I was kind of upset because I liked my old picture because it was just a year old.
Yeah, so that is something, if your license doesn't renew between now and October 1st, and you do want Real ID, you will have to go through that process. If you don't need Real ID though, if you don't plan to fly, don't plan to enter a government facility, then you may not need your Real ID, and even if you do fly, you can still use that current passport. So, our suggestion is that people go on to the website and see what's right for them, and see, if they need that Real ID or if they just want to keep using their passport.
That's really good to know. I'm glad you clarified all of this because I do plan on traveling more next year.
Well, and you already have it, so again, you're ahead of the game.
Well, thank you, Stephanie. Now, do you have any tips for holiday travels this year?
Yeah, so avoid major cities.
Okay.
Is the major tip. Once the travelers and commuters start mixing, especially in the evening time, traffic is going to be extremely bad in the major cities. So if you can avoid those major cities during rush hour, it will help you save on, some headaches. Also, just plan your trip ahead of time. So if you have some passengers, let them help you navigate. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of apps out there, including the AAA mobile app, that can help you find gas prices that are near you. You can, pick the one on the interstate exit that you want to get off at, depending on what gas station you like or the price. Make sure that you have some activities for the kids if you're traveling with kids so that they're not a distraction for you. And of course, we always recommend that people get their vehicle, take it to a trusted repair shop to get that maintenance done so that you're not stranded on the side of the road.
Oh yeah, that's very important because if there's so many people on the road, it's going to be hard to have AAA come out and get you to come to your rescue.
Absolutely. Over the Thanksgiving holiday, we rescued approximately 368,000 members on this side of the road. That was for dead batteries, keys locked out they were locked in the vehicle, so people were locked out, and then flat tires.
And is this just in Tennessee or all over the U.S.?
That's nationwide.
Wow.
So those three things, you can definitely get your battery tested. You want to make sure that your tire, tread, and air pressure is correct before you head out on the trip. And again, if you have another responsible passenger, just make sure and give them a second set of keys. With the kids running around, you get to a rest stop, everybody has to go to the bathroom, everybody wants snacks, so it's easy to kind of lock those keys in your car sometimes.
Those are some really good tips, and it reminds me that I need to get an oil change.
Yes. See, regularly scheduled maintenance.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. I've enjoyed talking with you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. And then how can people see your all's website? What do they need to go to?
Yeah, so it's just AAA.com. You can find out about membership. We also offer travel and insurance services, and some of those things are only for members, but a lot of our information is for members and non-members.
Well, awesome. That's good to know. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. We've enjoyed having you.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching Morning in the Mountains. I'm Kira.
Hey y'all, it's Blake here. The crew at Old Red and I want to wish you and yours the happiest holiday filled with all your favorite things. Be safe and be good, but not too good. We'll see you next year. Cheers, everybody.
You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. I'm Brad Lovett. We'll take a look at the forecast right now. Temperatures right around the 50-degree mark. There's always a chance of a snow flurry or a snow shower, and that can be even more true as you go up into the higher elevations of the mountains. You always want to watch Newfound Gap Road. Now, we're going to be looking at temperatures about the same the next few days, not a whole lot of change. But you never know what's going to happen here in the Smoky Mountains, so if you're coming to visit, be sure you bring plenty of layers, which you may or may not need, depending on where you are in the Smoky Mountains. Again, temperatures right around the 50-degree mark. And that's a look at the forecast. I'm Brad Lovett. This is Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel.
So if the Ides of a month is the halfway point on the 15th, and Wednesday, therefore, is the Ides of any given week. So today's the Ides of the week.
That's right.
We are now halfway through this episode of Morning in the Mountains. This is the Ides of the show on the Ides of the week. So next time, when the Wednesday falls on the 15th of the month, which is not going to be this month, that'll be really wild. I will get triple Ides'd.
You like Ides.
I like Ides. My wife's birthday is on an Ides, so I'm very into it.
Interesting.
So there you
she's
have
on
it.
the 15th?
Yeah. So I'll celebrate with her in March, but that's different. Let's get back to the show. It's Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Jim Johnson is here. Kira Cupp is here. Brad Lovett is here. I'm Frank Murphy, and we're looking forward to all of the full-on. We're in full Christmas mode already. It's Advent. Advent officially started on Sunday.
I didn't eat my chocolate yet.
For today?
No.
All right. I'm not surprised you forgot to eat chocolate. So carrying on, the rest of us probably
Somebody get chocolate now!
stole it. But yeah, you got to get your little advent calendar open today to the 3rd.
I do.
There you go.
Over to you,
No,
Brad.
the 4th. I'm sorry. What? 3rd was yesterday. The 4th. My bad.
Alrighty. Well, we've got a special event from our friends at Alcatraz East, and it was 50 years ago.
Christmas in jail.
Christmas
Right?
in jail.
No, is that what it is?
That's pretty good.
That's depressing. We
Oh, we used to see the Punch Bowl. You think that's depressing?
Well, we do have word of a special event from our friends at Alcatraz East.
Yeah.
It was 50 years ago this month that Sister Kathy Sesnick disappeared. And while she was discovered a couple months later in January, her murder remains a mystery to this day. Now, a special speaker, Shane Waters, who's a crime journalist, will be appearing at Alcatraz East. That takes place on December 14th at 9 a.m. Now, there's not an extra charge to see the presentation, but it will be included with your ticket. And another great opportunity for you to see it. Now, you do need to have these advance tickets, but they're free with a paid admission to Alcatraz East.
All right.
So our friends at Alcatraz East let us know about that. Again, Shane Waters, and that's coming up on December 14th.
So true crime stories, 50-year anniversary. Okay.
True crime, yes, that would be it. Now, Great Smoky Mountains National Park officials announcing that Lisa McInnes has been selected to oversee the park's diverse natural and cultural resources as the Chief of Resource Management and Science. Now, McInnes will lead efforts to protect and preserve the park's remarkable biodiversity, forest health, and rich cultural connections that represent thousands of years of history. Now, the division's many responsibilities include fisheries, it includes wildlife, vegetation management, inventorying and monitoring of air, water, and biological resources, and coordination of myriad research activities. And the portfolio includes cultural resource management, historic structures, and archaeological sites. And she comes to us from the Natchez Trace Parkway, where she served as the Chief of Resource Management. So we do want to give her congratulations.
Yay! Good
A
job.
round of applause.
All right, and round of applause. I want to remind you again of our parade coverage this weekend.
Oh, parade.
Yes, so
I'm picking out my necktie. I think I'm going to wear a Christmas necktie.
Okay.
I've got 3 to choose from, and you can borrow one if you want, but it seems like you've made your plans.
Yeah, I kind of have.
All right, so I won't worry about that. And I've got my scarf, maybe a nice sweater. Depending on the weather, you may want to wear Thinsulate underwear, thermal underwear under your pretty outfit.
I will do that.
That way you don't have to wear a big overcoat, because you'll still be warm.
That's really smart.
I've been there, done that. This is not my first time around the block doing some kind of outdoor thing where you're supposed to look camera ready.
I could just do what I normally do and just not wear any extra warm stuff and just be cold the whole time.
I do not understand. I see this when I'm out and about on weekends and anywhere. We were waiting in line to go to a couple of weeks ago, to go to the Knoxville Comedy Film Festival. Mm-hmm. And I was brisk. It wasn't freezing, but it was brisk. And a girl walked by with what I would call a summer dress. I mean, it barely covered, from here to mid-thigh. And I'm like, well, you must be freezing.
She probably was.
All right.
She'd never let you know it, though.
Yeah. So I didn't understand why. It didn't make sense to me. Put on a coat.
Fashion
That's
is
why.
pain.
Yeah.
It's like small shoes. If the good shoes are on sale, you buy them. It doesn't matter.
Right, but I think that's actually we could do a whole segment on one day on why girls are expected to be underdressed for the weather just so they look beautiful. Put on the coat and look beautiful indoors.
Well, it's hard to find a coat that matches your outfit.
Okay.
That's what my problem always is. And I have a bunch of coats, but none of them match the things that I wear because I have so many random pieces of clothing.
All right, we'll have to work on that then, because as we're going to get you out and about more during the cold weather, covering things from Mountain Fun Life, you're going to have to look comfortable and warm and all the things. All right, I don't know. All right, so we'll work on that. Hey, if you know where to find if you've seen in person in a store the appropriate coat for Kira, you could tell us about it, or you could comment on Jim's post and tell him to look it up on Amazon. Yeah. That always works. Thank you for watching Morning in the Mountains. Our Mountain Fun Life best deals are available to you at 865-978-1152. Save money on tickets so you can buy a coat for Kira. No. Save money on tickets and donate money to your favorite charity. That's what you should do. We'll be back with more of the show coming right up.
The best way to see the Smokies. Rocky Top Scenic and Leisure Tours. Our beautiful tours of the Great Smoky Mountains will take you where you want to go. Imagine experiencing the beauty of the Great Smoky Mountains through the windows of our mini coach. Every member of the family can devote themselves to the passing landscape. We take you to the best places. So if you're looking for the best way to enjoy the Smoky Mountains, let us take you on a Rocky Top bus tour. Rocky Top Bus Tour, the best way to see the Smokies.
Good morning. You're watching Morning in the Mountains, and this is the Mountain Fun Live channel. And we've got basketball and maybe just a touch of football or bowling. Did I hear bowling?
Sort of bowling.
Okay.
Football is going to be playing a bowl.
Not the Pro Bowlers Tour.
Not the Pro Bowlers Tour,
Okay.
which is back on TV again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I am a little bit of a bowler. I carry an average of a 100, which if you don't bowl is really horrible.
If you put these things on the side, I can do pretty well.
Yeah, the bumpers are fun. My kids love those. All right, so real sports instead of the stuff that I do. We're going to talk about UT men's basketball, and they are taking on the Florida A&M Rattlers, and that's tonight in Thompson Bowling, and tip-off time is 7:30. The UT men have been doing very well, and they're going to start getting into some stiffer competition coming up. So this is pretty much the last big tune-up that they can do. Florida A&M is not a very good team, so there shouldn't be much of a challenge here, but the Vols are starting to get towards the SEC season. Speaking of Vols, the football team is prepping for their bowl game, and I just can't say enough about the turnaround that they had this season. When you start off 1-4,
When you start with the most embarrassing loss in the history of embarrassing losses.
yes, 2 of them in a row, back to back. But then, and we still don't know all how it happened, but Coach Pruitt got the team turned around, and you start 1-4, and then you go 5-1, and then you win, you get yourself into a bowl game. It's just, I saw a video going around the other day of UT sports fans using the Rocky metaphor, and the fan was just getting the snot pounded out of him in the first half of the season. But he comes back and wins in the second half, and that's our UT football season.
This might be a movie at some time.
It might be. Do you remember the lady basketball's Cinderella season? They did a documentary on the season where they lost 10 games in the regular season and went on to win the national championship. It was very interesting because Coach Summit was not used to losing 10 games in a season.
Right.
So maybe we'll have a documentary like that about the Vols.
I can see that.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a look at sports. And for Rich Haley, I'm Brad Lovett, and this is Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Live channel.
Well, thanks for watching us this Wednesday on Morning in the Mountains and the Mountain Fun Life channel, Facebook, Roku, YouTube, fun stuff like that. We're enjoying this week as we prepare behind the scenes for our parade coverage from the Sevierville Christmas Parade on Saturday morning. We're also preparing to be in the Gatlinburg Parade the night before on Friday night.
Fun.
That'll be cool stuff as we keep growing. Look at it, we got all this new stuff. We got the wall over there. We got things.
just
It's awesome. I love
Yeah,
getting
growing.
big.
that's like when you're fighting a bear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you do when you're scaring a bear away. Kira did that video you should watch. Anyhow, thanks so much for watching. Come back again and join us tomorrow for another exciting episode of Morning in the Mountains. For Jim Johnson, Kira Cupp, and Brad Lovett, I'm Frank Murphy. Talk to you tomorrow.